Hey guys, if you are looking for a great way to level up your gameplay on your Nintendo Switch 2, I've got the perfect product for you because it is a fan that's going to keep your Switch 2 basically cooler and running better, keeping your battery to last longer and your frame rates to run absolutely a lot better as well. So this was sent over by a company called JSAUX, and it's going to come in this little box right here. Once you open it up, you're naturally going to get a little user manual and a quick start guide. We're covering all the features here in the video, and then you're going to get the little device here. So very compact. To give you an idea of the size here, it's about 5.5 inches long, it's about 2.25 inches wide, and it's about 2 inches in thickness. So it's gonna, if you have a case on your Nintendo Switch 2, it needs to be a nice thin case. I don't utilize a case, so it's not a problem for me, but basically it's just gonna stretch and clamp on there is how it's going to work. And then you're gonna basically have the part down here at the bottom is going to line up with the fan on your Nintendo Switch 2, and it's gonna suck out that extra hot air and then blow it out the bottom, and it's going to allow then more air to come through the top, which is basically going to keep your internals a lot more cooler, which is going to basically extend that battery life a little bit longer. And like I said, it's going to help with those frame rates on those more intense games. So think of like Cyberpunk if you're playing that, or if you're playing like the Zelda games, the more graphics intense games, that's where it's kind of pushing the Switch 2 to its limits, and it helps keep it nice and cool. Now, another cool thing is on the side is a little dial, so you can go ahead and ramp up the fan speed if you wish, and it's very quiet. So it's not going to essentially disturb you when you're playing your games. Once you got the sound on, you're gonna barely hear the fan, which is nice. But it's got a little adjustable dial, so that way you can ramp up or down the fan speed as needed. And then you're also gonna have a connection point down here on the bottom where you can go ahead and charge it up. They even include a nice little USB Type-C little right angle piece, so it makes it very easy to hook up and utilize if you need to do that as well. But how are you gonna basically set it up is, like I said, you're gonna hook it up to your fan, so you wanna make sure your fan part is on the top. You're gonna line that right up over, and then you're just gonna simply pull, and now you're set up. It's as simple as that as far as hookup. And then, like I said, on the back part, if you wish, you got that little kind of USB-C angle part, so you can go ahead and plug this in and keep the battery life on the fan nice and charged. Now, if you're don't wanna hook it up to a cable or anything like that, give you an idea of the battery life, depending on how high you have that fan ramped up, it's gonna be on the low end, last for about 3 hours. On the high end, it's gonna last about 5 hours. So you got a nice battery swing in there, but like I said, you could always hook it up and have it running non-stop. But overall, if you are looking for basically a great little way to keep your Nintendo Switch 2 nice and cool, so it's just running at a premium level that it can, this one is totally worth checking out.